past, but nothing's changed. I need you more than before, but I'm not a foolish girl. I know
she was fabulous because she shared so much, not just professionally, but personally. She wanted to help everyone. She wanted to be there to offer whoever needed her help.
Cattel was such a beautiful person, such a beautiful jewel of life. And I am so glad that I got to meet her. Came to me to take me to the room, and she gave me the hug. I just felt her spirit.
Cattel's reputation preceded her.
Or she sees anybody. When she's in the room, I felt she's lighting up the room. She have that something that I can't pinpoint, but the way I look at her like a flower, shining. Cattel was such a beautiful jewel of life, and she was full of life. She was full of love and comfort, and so bright, and she shared all of her knowledge.
Come see me in my dream tonight. I can make it through.
What I want to share with you today is that you can find inspiration anywhere, anytime, doing anything. And that's a little bit about what my little story is about. I had a journey. I was with a gentleman who was like our past speaker, no longer a part of my life, except a part of my memory bank. And we decided to go to Sedona. Now, many of you know Sedona is a pretty magical, mystical place, and it's true. When you go there, the energies are very strong. While I was in Sedona, I felt a strong, strong drive to do something. It was very, very strange. They have a thing called medicine wheels in Sedona. We were in one of the wonderful vortexes, and as we entered the vortex, we were instructed to do certain things. I've done this in Hawaii, I've done this in many different locations, including Las Vegas, and I call it earthworks. I describe it in the book. I have a magical connection with sunrises and sunsets, having been born at the hour of sunrise. I feel the energy, I experience the energy, it comes into me, and I like to share it with others. My background, just a little bit of my background, more than what our young lady introduced you to, is that I come from what I call I'm a bit of a hawked up. Both of my parents were in the military, and I'm one of the most peaceful people you'd ever want to see or ever want to know. So I have all this peacenik sort of energy, but I come from a warrior clan, basically. My father, of all things, when he retired from the military, was a gunsmith. My mother was pregnant with me while she was in the military, so I have the army or the militaristic energy. Politically, peace is one of the most important things. I have a relative by the name of Jonas Cattel, who was part of the American Revolution. He was a Native American Indian, but he was part of the Revolutionary War. He brought messages back and forth, much as I do today, but I bring messages from another dimension, not between, say, the Americans and the French, as Jonas Cattel did. Freedom is very, very important to me. When I went out on this journey to Sedona, we were inspired to do certain things, but the payoff at the end is that I was given information about President Lincoln, who is the archetype of our freedom here in America. President Lincoln followed a higher calling. Many people don't know this. He's famous for freeing the slaves, but many people are not aware of the fact that Lincoln himself owned slaves. In fact, he wasn't even in agreement originally. And yet Lincoln himself is the archetype of freedom for all of us in this country. When I was making up the little cards that I believe Judy passed out with the pennies on them, I was listening to the 4 agreements. Many of you have heard the 4 agreements. And I was halfway through the second CD. He was talking about freedom. I'm doing my little thing. I've been listening to it for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden I hear the words freedom as I'm writing out, remember your freedom. I love synchronicity. I love the way it works. My message to you today is every time you see a penny with the Lincoln head, every time you see a $5 bill, every time you see any Lincoln money, or a picture of Lincoln, or hear about Abraham Lincoln, or celebrate Lincoln's birthday, every time you're tempted to feel emotionally, mentally, physically, financially imprisoned, always, always, always remember your freedom.